After the Orioles took down the Phillies in the World Series, we are on to the off-season. Our manager, Pat Murphy, retires, leaving a vacancy there, and our first base coach has his contract expire. Next up is retirements as Cookie Carrasco, Kenley Jansen, Travis d'Arnaud, Kirby Yates, Yu Darvish, Justin Verlander, Patrick Corbin, Yuli Gurriel, Rich Hill, Dallas Keuchel, Lance Lynn, JD Martinez, and Whit Merrifield are among some notable names retiring. However, nobody makes the Hall of Fame. Definitely shocked that Verlander isn't there. Our only free agent is Aaron Hicks, who I don't think we're going to be retaining, but first, the coaching staff is important. With Pat Murphy retiring, there's no better time to clean house than now. We offer Giancarlo Vaccaro our manager position at $5 million a year, Alfonso Villafuerte for hitting coach, Kurt Gund to be our farm director for $1.5 million, Aaron Allen to be our pitching coach for $1.33 million, Andres Novoa to be our first base coach at $1.33 million, and Junior Moreno to be our third base coach at $1.33 million. As I thought, Aaron Hicks is not going to be coming back to the team. We did not use him much at all. Villafuerte takes the hitting coach job, Vaccaro becomes our new manager, and Allen signs on as pitching coach. However, Moreno takes the third base coach offer from the RAZE instead, so we're going to offer Andres Ruiz the job for 3 seasons. Gunn signs on as farm director, and Novoa signs up as first base coach, leaving just Ruiz to accept now. McGill did well, but I would like a legitimate closer, and Devin Williams is coming off of one of his worst seasons ERA-wise, but he did pitch a lot and have 54 saves, so we're going to gouge his interest here. There's a void at shortstop where Willy Adames left this team a couple of seasons ago, and there's a couple of shortstops worth looking at. Bo Bichette had a bounce-back year, playing all 162 games and hitting 18 homers. We'll see if he wants to come to Milwaukee. Our outfield is fine, but Kyle Tucker would certainly make it scarier, and we need to explore his interest in staying in the NL Central for now. However, a lot of these contracts are huge demands, so we're going to have to see if we can make anything work. Eventually, I'll be at a point where I tender every single renewable contract, but right now, there's just a few players I absolutely do not want back on my roster. So we did end up releasing a few guys, as you can see, and some guys I had to bring back just to fill out the roster enough to skate by for now. But we won't be tendering relievers Wolfram and Merkel. Also, Ruiz took his sweet time, but he finally accepts the offer for third base coach. It looks like Bo Bichette has the most willingness to sign of all of our initial targets. We're going to shoot him an offer of 3 years at $17.5 million a year, which is a 65% motivation for him to sign, so we'll see if he wants in on this train. Ryan Helsley signs with the Yankees at 4 years, $15.2 million per year. Then I get a now or never on Bo Bichette, but I've already offered him a deal. You guys saw it. Well, now we'll change up, thinking he didn't like the first one. I'm going to give him 5 years at $15.72, still 65% motivation, and he chooses to go to the Braves for 6 years, $17.25 million apiece, which is far more than we were offering, so good for him. Framber Valdez joins the Mets on a 1-year, $31 million deal. Good for him. 40-man rosters are due, and Jacob Misiorowski is our best prospect coming into this series, and now he's going to be eligible for the Rule 5 draft, so we're not going to allow that to happen. We place him on the 40-man roster. Arbitration offer time, and Nasty Nestor was our only pitcher on arbitration. He put up a nice 3.5 ERA this season and has a nice pitch mix. With this being his last arbitration year, we're going to try to bring him back for an extra $200,000. Joel Pimps Had a good year last year, but not close to his previous 2 ERA-wise, so we'll try to get him back for an extra $200,000 as well. We didn't use Zach Jackson much at all, so we'll offer him an extra $100,000. And maybe use him as trade bait. Nick Mears was not great this season, and he's probably not going to stick around for the long term. Neither is Tyler Alexander, who was worse than his mediocre self this season. Trevor McGill had a good season as the closer, so we'll offer him an extra $100,000 to come back. Catcher Willie Contreras is coming back no matter what, but he did have a down year, so we're going to try to pay him less than he made last year. Eric Haas was fine for a backup catcher, so we'll give him an extra $100K over last year's pay. Bryce Terang is obviously a key part of the team currently. He was right on par with his previous season, so we're going to try to up his salary by only $100K. Andrew Monasterio had his best season ever with us this year, so we're going to try to get him signed up for a measly extra $20,000. Garrett Mitchell had career highs in everything, good or bad, outside batting his slash numbers. We'll try and offer him $850,000, see if that works. Blake Perkins wasn't very pivotal for us, so we'll offer him $850K as well. Checking in on free agency, Devin Williams is only up to 18%, and Kyle Tucker's close to 50%, where we could offer him if we want to. We'll also be adding Matt Strahm to the board, because we're likely going to miss out on Williams, and Strahm can be a great setup to McGill if that's the route we need to go. The White Sox offer a trade, and it's a 68 overall C potential starter Grant Taylor for Michael Kinder, our recent draft pick. I'm going to go with no on that one. It appears Strahm is starting at 50% interest, but I won't offer deals just yet, and if it bites me in the ass, as Strahm is now or never, we'll offer him a 1-year deal, just under $10 million, and he is going to choose a 2-year deal for $9.33 with the Dodgers. Dang, we were close on that one. Dylan Cease signs with the Orioles, 3 years, $26.8 million each. Michael King signs with the Cardinals, 5 years, $29.2 million each. We get a rival opportunity for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, and he could make a serviceable starting shortstop, so we're going to add him to the board. I was thinking about offering Kyle Tucker the deal now, but it would eat so much of our budget that I'm looking to get his motivation further up and maybe pay a bit less. The Cubs then trade Nico Horner to the Mets for a couple of prospects that are getting close to Major League ready. Interesting deal. Kyle Tucker now or never time. We're going to offer 6 years at $27.6 a year, figuring he's probably not going to sign with us, and his decision is to be a San Francisco Giant for 9 years at $33.5 million. Whew, yeah, they can have him. Also now or never for Kiner-Falefa, and we're going to put forth a nice offer of 2 years near $10 million each, and he's going to go to the Pirates for 1 year near $10 million. Interesting choice. Vladdy Jr. finds a new home in Minnesota for 8 years, $27.1 million. Luke Weaver has been a great bullpen arm, and we're adding him to the board. It's draft lottery time, and we have a 0.4% chance at the number 1 overall pick. A's, Marlins, and Rockies hold the best chance, and I don't know if I've ever seen a lottery stay exactly as is. Wild. We will have pick number 17, and the A's, Marlins, and Rockies will pick 1, 2, 3 in July. Devin Williams, now or never. We're going to offer him 3 years, $15.35 million each, and his decision is to go to Boston for the next 3 years. Ranger Suarez signs with the Orioles for 3 years at $28 million a pop. Alright, Rule 5 draft time, and I normally do not like taking guys in these, but Kevin Parada is interesting to me. Right now, he's probably not worth having up at the major league level, but we can stash him on the bench and give him a little playing time all season to try to build him up. We're going to take him. That'll be all for us in the Rule 5 draft. We will now pivot our focus to Jordan Romano as a closer. He pitched very well for the Phillies last season, and we'll add him to our board. Oswaldo Cabrera seems ready for a contract offer, and he's affordable enough that we could offer him 4 years, $2.62 million a year. Luke Weaver's also ready, and we're going to put a 1-year, $5.97 million deal on the table for him. Luke Weavers comes up first, and he is joining the Brew Crew, our first signing of this series. is Luke Weaver. And right after that comes the Oswaldo Cabrera decision, and he is also going to be joining our Brewers. Next, we look for some young guys who haven't panned out just yet in the majors. Gabriel Arias is affordable, and we could sign him for 2 seasons. Then there's Joey Loperfido, who is also 26 with B potential, and we can sign him for 3 years. And then we have Akil Baddoo and Alec Thomas, who make it to the board. JB Bukowskis and Oliver Dunn are older players without options to the minors, so we're going to unload them to a team like the White Sox that actually might be able to use them for some really low-level prospects. They had a really good draft, and they're not going to miss these 2 B potential players that are under 50 overall, and we could use them in our minor leagues. Jose Quintana had a decent year for us, and we're selling high to the Diamondbacks. They get 2 years of Quintana for a 53 overall prospect with an MLB ETA of years from now. Last chance for Jordan Romano, we offer him a 1-year deal, $7 million, and his decisions to go to Pittsburgh for 2 years, $6.23 each. Last chance for Akil Baddoo, we offer 3 years at $1.71, and he chooses the Royals for 1 year at $1.87. Yikes. Losing out on these guys is kind of rough. Luis Ariz is coming off of a down year, but we'll see what his interest is in joining the squad. And looking at trade offers for Brandon Woodruff, we are offered Max Clark and Bryce Rainier from the Tigers. They're looking to push for AL Central supremacy, and we have no real plans of keeping Woodruff long term and give them 2 years with Woodruff, so that deal works for both of us. After that, we look for a new starter, and one we could get for a single year is Michael Lorenzen, who was really good last year. Last chance for Luis Ariz, and we offer 3 years at nearly $7 million per, and his decision is to become a Brewer. Let's go. Maybe not big splashes, but I think our moves are low-risk, high-reward opportunities. We get a rival opportunity on Nick Martinez, and he has been consistently very good, so we're going to add him to the board as insurance if we can't get Lorenzen. It's also time to offer Alec Thomas. We're going to send him a deal of 4 years at $2 million each, and his decision is to become a Milwaukee Brewer. Nick Martinez, last chance, we're going to offer 1 year near $15 million, and he ends up going to the Diamondbacks at 1 year, $16.9 instead. We then add Clayton Kershaw to the board and get a call from Mike Yastrzemski's agent with him wanting to come to Milwaukee, so we'll add him to the board as well. We offer Kershaw a 1 year, $12.9 million contract, and the Kershaw decisions comes, and he will take 2 years, $15.17 to stay in LA, but as an Angel. Time to offer Mike Wazowski a contract, and it'll be a 1 year deal at $4.72 million. We then go look for a new starter, and Tyler Anderson has put up 2 straight 3.81 ERA seasons, so we're going to throw him on our board. Decision time for Yaz goes well, as he'll be signing with us. Arbitration hearings, and Contreras wins his for $10.4 million this season. We win Monasterio's hearing, he'll make $820,000. Blake Perkins wins his hearing, he's gonna make $3.6 million. We win McGill's hearing, and he'll make $2.1 million. Garrett Mitchell wins his, he's gonna make $8.3 million. Bryce Terang, we win that hearing, he makes $900K. Eric Haas wins his hearing to make $1.6 million this year. We win Zach Jackson's hearing, he's only going to make $2 million. We also surprisingly win Nasty Nestor's hearing. And finally, Joel Pamps wins his hearing, and he's going to make $4.8 million. We're not going to keep Zach Jackson for $2 million, and the Cubs want him. While I hate helping Chicago, I don't think this one's going to bite us. We get Peter Gonzalez, an 18-year-old prospect with a flamethrower arm. Thank you, Cubs. Having picked up a young backup catcher in the Rule 5 draft, we have no more use for Eric Haas, but the Rockies might be able to utilize him. We'll be getting a relief prospect and closing prospect in return, but it's really Herrera we're after in this deal. With the Arias signing, that will end Michael Tolia's experiment with us, and the Blue Jays will ship right field prospect Reggie Nix to us. We get a call from Jose Leclerc's agent gauging our interest, but he has had 2 poor years in a row, and we're not really interested. However, it is time to offer Tyler Anderson a deal, 1 year, $10.9 million's the offer, and his decision is to come to Milwaukee. Welcome in, fifth starter. Then it's a weird happening in this game as we add Zach Gallen to the board, but I get a notification that he signed a 5-year deal with the Marlins. No shot to sign him, no last chance offer, nothing. Then Zach Eflin signs with the White Sox for 4 years. The White Sox then want Ronnie Mauricio as a potential starter or platoon player and will ship off another one of their draft picks, Preston Graham. Another deal to make, Joel Pimps. You'll never have to hear me screw up his name because he's going to the Angels for a couple of prospects. We need a couple minor league second basemen, so it's Eric Brown Jr. to the Red Sox for Conrad Cason, and then it's Hedbert Perez to the Orioles for Phil Ikeda. Taking a look at what's going down in spring training, a 2-2 game against the Guardians going into extra innings, top of the 10th with one away. Yelich and Loperfido are on base. Gabriel Arias at the plate. He has a chance to give Milwaukee the lead if he can get a nice hit here with runners in scoring position. As we show some of these spring training games, unfortunately, he will pop out to first base. That is a very easy out to make for the Guardians. And Ryan Stanek looking to get out of the inning. He will not, as Garrett Mitchell hits this one into left field up against the foul wall, and that'll score a run to give Milwaukee the 3-2 lead. Blake Mitchell with a little chopper down to first. He is out, but Brew Crew take the lead. Trevor McGill on the hill against Brian Rocchio, and he will fly out to center. Milwaukee wins this spring training extra innings bout. What a win for the Brew Crew. McGill goes 1-0 on his spring. 3 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Brewers. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Guardians. Pretty decent start for the Brewers spring training, but it gets a little worse as Waldo Cabrera recently signed. He is going to be out 2 to 3 months, so he is not even going to get a chance to start the season with the team. He's going to go on that 60-day injured list, and we move to a game against the Royals. As you can see, Brewers 3-11 spring training. It got a whole lot worse as the Royals are 7-7 in this spring training. Kevin Parada has a chance here with 2 on and 1 out. He's going to take a beanball to the back. Sometimes you just got to take one for the team. Christian Yelich down to first, and they could not make the play at first base. Trying to get a little greedy here for 2 runs. That's not going to work out, but it is a 3-2 lead for the Brewers. 2 on, 2 out. Runners on the corners. Gabriel Arias swings and misses, and Salvi Perez will throw him out at first base. To the bottom half of the inning, we win the game 3-2. Nice closeout for Trevor McGill. 3 saves on spring training for him. 3 runs, 8 hits, and an error. For the Royals, 2 runs, 7 hits, and an error. Another game here, the Angels at 12-7 have the mirror record of us at 7-12. Victor Medeiros on the hill for them, but he is facing bases loaded. Later on, 1 out, and there's a single into right field. That'll tie the ball game. Still got corners with 1 away, and they're going to make a pitching change. Victor Gonzalez coming in spring training. He's been amazing. 11 appearances, hasn't allowed a run. Joey Loperfido is going to continue that trend for him as that is an infield fly. 9-9 ball game. Kevin Parada. 3-run blast. Tell me that Rule 5 pickup might not be worth it. Let's go. Kevin Parada takes it up out of here. And that is going to be his 4th home run of the spring, which I'm a little shocked about. I didn't expect him to have that kind of power out of the gate here for our Brewers, but a 12-9 lead. And it ends up being a 12-9 victory. Victor Medeiros, the loss. Aaron Ashby gets the win, and Kevin Parada, the player of the game. He had 4 ribbies in this one out of our 12. Continuing on in spring training, it is the Brewers and the Athletics. We are 9-16 in spring training. Even the A's are better than us this spring. Justin Wroblewski is going to have a tough time here. A 4-3 game. Runners on the corners, and Bryce Terang
is going to bring one home to tie the ball game. We still have 2 on for Noah Murdoch to come into this game and try to pitch the A's out of a little jam here. He hasn't pitched yet this spring. Blake Perkins comes up and he hits one down the first baseline. Double play chance. They cannot get Perkins at first, and Milwaukee takes a 5-4 lead. Luis RAZE comes up to the plate and hits one into right field. That one lands. We get a runner over to third, so runners on the corners for Joey Ortiz, and he swings and misses at the curveball. He strikes out, but it doesn't matter because the Brewers get a 5-4 win. Trevor McGill with his 7th save of spring training. Jared Koenig gets his first win. He had 3 losses previously. 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Looking through some of these spring stats, a lot of the pitchers kind of disappointed me, especially Tyler Anderson and DL Hall. Jacob Mizorowski was better than both of them. I did not expect that. Freddie Peralta was way worse than we had anticipated, but Myers and Cortez did a really nice job as starters, so it looks like we can have our rotation figured out. Aaron Ashby was terrible in the pen. Koenig was not very good. Luke Weaver and Abner Uribe were the standouts. Closing-wise, Elvis Peguero is going to get sent down easily. Trevor McGill was pretty good. 2.63 ERA, .95 whip, and 8 saves. We'll take that. Willie Contreras hit .395. Kevin Parada hit .214, but he did hit 5 bombs and 10 ribbies. Quite proud of the way he played. So it looks like we have our catching stable sort of figured out, if that's the case. Caro can go down, Blake Mitchell can go down, and Parada can stay up because he is the Rule 5 guy, so we have to keep him up anyway. Willie Contreras, though, he's our everyday catcher, so no backup catcher really gets a ton of playing time on this team. Luis RAZE hit .246. That is way worse than what I would have imagined. Hoskins didn't hit a single homer in spring training. Arias hit .286 with 3 homers. I'm a little surprised about that. It was mostly in sim, obviously. I didn't do anything with him in those highlights. Joey Ortiz didn't have a homer either, but he did hit .282. Cabrera hit .417 before he got hurt. That was only in 5 at-bats, though, or 6 at-bats. Monasterio hit .267. Christian Yelich, .289. Churio only hit .167. Ugh, gross. Loperfido, .202 with 5 homers. Did not expect that from Joey Loperfido. But I don't really have any room on the Major League roster for Joey Loperfido. Blake Perkins hit .161. Mitchell hit .071. Ugh. Alec Thomas, .318. We're not going to fall for that one, game. I know you sim the crap out of Alec Thomas, but we are not bringing him up. Sal Frelick hit .299. He actually did really, really well. So we get it all set up for the opener. On the road, though, at the Atlanta Braves, Spencer Strider against Freddie Peralta on opening day. Brewers at Braves. Let's get into this thing. This should be a game. Obviously, 2 really good teams. Bo Bichette choosing to sign with the Braves. And we'll see if we can get the win in this one anyway in Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. Big matchup. Brewers have a lot of high hopes. We're a pretty good team this year, and you can see it here from the projections. Luis RAZE projected to hit .310. Yelich with an 800 OPS would be nice. Hoskins hitting 30 bombs would be pretty incredible. Spencer Strider had a 3.46 ERA last year and a 1.4 whip. A bit of a down year for Spencer Strider in 2025. He is going to look to bounce back here in 2026. He will face Christian Yelich leading off for the Milwaukee Brewers. Takes it into center field, and it is caught deep in center. So 1 away, and we check out the starting lineup. Yelich, RAZE, Churio, Contreras, Hoskins, Turang, Frelick, Mitchell, and Ortiz 1-9. As you see their projections there, RAZE projected to hit .310. He's up at the plate, and he takes a beanball. So he will end up on first base. For Jackson Churio, who takes this one out to right. This one curving foul, and it is caught in foul territory for out number 2. Really nice play. Here's Willie Contreras, and he pulls one into left center field. And that one is caught out there in center to end the top half of the first. We go to the bottom. Here's Freddie Peralta taking the hill. He had a good year last year, 331, 1-2-1 whip with an 18-6 record. See if he can build upon that, have an even better year this year, as his contract is coming to a close within a few years, I think. So Mitchell out there in center will catch one from Michael Harris II. Bo Bichette, the new signing, he swings and he misses. He is gone. Wish he had his longer hair in this video game, though. Here's Ronald Acuna. He takes this one out to left center. Look at that, a year where Acuna actually starts the season for the Braves. Through one inning, here's Rhys Hoskins in the top of the second to lead off, and that's another fly ball. That one out to right center, and that one caught. One down. Beautiful day for baseball. Bryce Terang up the middle for a base hit into center field. That puts one on with one out for the Brew Crew. Frelick is going to take this one to right field. That one is caught as well. Fly balls aplenty here in the first couple of innings. Garrett Mitchell going to take one out to left. A little oppo. That one is caught as well. And we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Peralta gets the swing and the miss. I believe that is Kyle Schwarbaum going down. Here's Austin Riley. He goes down swinging as well. A couple of straight strikeouts for Peralta. He's got Matt Olson, and Olson going to ground this one over to second. Terang to first. We're through 2 at Truist Park. Joey Ortiz up at the plate, and he is jammed out to right on a 3-1 he probably should not have offered, but it will be the first out regardless. Christian Yelich back to the top of the order. Yelich takes it into left and gets a base hit, and that actually gets past the left fielder who, I don't know what he's doing, barrel rolls out there for. That is a double for Yelich. Here's Luis Arraez, and that's right to second. Just a little flare right to second. For out number 2, Jackson Churio takes this one into center. Will it land? No. Nice catch out there. Helps to have Acuna healthy if you're the Braves. They also have Michael Harris out there making some plays in center. Jurickson Profar is going to fly out to third/shortstop. Ozzy Albies, always a problem for me in these games. He is going to get that walk. Sean Murphy up at the plate. He takes it out to right field. Sal Frelick is underneath it for the second out of the inning and holding the runner. Michael Harris with a ground ball over to Luis Arraez, and he is thrown out to end the third inning. A third of the game done, and again, projected record for this Brewer team is 84-78, which would be like one game better than we were in season number 1. Here's William Contreras taking it to center, and that is caught. Rhys Hoskins with one away. He swings and misses. Haven't had many strikeouts from the Brewers today, but that is one of them. Bryce Terang also jammed on that, pulling and lifting it. Easy out. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Bo Bichette takes this one to center. Garrett Mitchell ranges back, makes the grab. Ronald Acuna at the plate now with one away. Back to the pitcher, Peralta, who throws over to first for 2 away. Kyle Schwarber struck out the first time. He will strike out the second time up as well. Through 4, we go to the 5th. Sal Frelick takes this one. Diving play by Albies. He is not going to record the out, however. Garrett Mitchell swings and misses. That is Strider's second strikeout of the afternoon. Joey Ortiz right back at Strider. It hits him in the back, and Ortiz is safe at first. 2 on, 1 away. Yelich jammed out to left. He really should not have swung at that. That is out number 2. We're counting on Yelly. Here's Luis Arraez, and he hits a really hard ball right at shortstop. Nice play by Bo Bichette. And Arraez just cannot believe that was caught. That was hit really hard. Austin Riley takes it out to right field in the bottom of the 5th. Nice leadoff double Matt Olson just sits there frozen, window shopping at the 5th strikeout for Peralta. Here's a hit. This one headed towards the gap. Mitchell is not going to get there, but he will throw it in with haste. 2 on, 1 away against Peralta here. Albies takes it out to right. Frelick will make the catch. Gotta throw it in quick. It is not in time. Braves take the 1-0 lead in this pitcher's duel. Sean Murphy dribbles one over to Ortiz, and he will make the play. So we're through 5, but not before the RBI sac fly. And there's Churio with the swing and the miss. 3 strikeouts for Spencer Strider now on the afternoon. William Contreras is number 4. Strider, late in game, starting to really get a hold of himself here. Here's Rhys Hoskins, and that's a swing and a miss as well. Strider strikes out the side in the 6th inning. That is dangerous. Freddie Peralta gets a strikeout, freezing Michael Harris, leading off in the bottom of the 6th, and then Bo Bichette right back at Peralta. He can't make the play. It's a base hit for the brand new Braves signing. Luke Weaver is going to come into the game now. That is enough of Peralta. 2.42 ERA last season in 100 innings. 12 holds. We'll see if he can keep pitching that lovely, but not right here as that one is into center. Mitchell makes the play, but now 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 away for Schwarber, who swings and misses. His 3rd strikeout will be Luke Weaver's first. Here's Austin Riley. He swings and misses as well. Luke Weaver able to deal his way out of this inning. Now it's Joe Jimenez, who did not have a good 2025 at all. We'll see if we can keep it that way into 2026. Terang is going to be out. Here's Sal Frelick, and he takes it out to center field. That one is easily going to get caught by Harris. 2 gone. And Garrett Mitchell, and he takes it out to center. Everybody getting underneath the ball today. That one actually got a little deeper than I thought, but Harris does make the play. Here's Matt Olson now to lead off the bottom of the 7th. Mitchell makes a nice shoestring grab out there. Jurickson Profar takes it deep to right. Frelick up against the wall. It is off the wall. And that is going to be 2+ bags, trying to get to third, and he will. A 40 speed getting to third is insane. But here's Jared Koenig. 3.89 ERA in 2025. He was pretty mediocre. We'll see if he can keep it at least to that. He does strike out Albies, who hasn't been a problem for me today. Here's Sean Murphy, and he lines it over to third. That will end the 7th inning. Here's Paul Sewald. 2.36 ERA in 2025. He was excellent. He's going to try to be excellent again. Joseph Ortiz dribbling onto third, and he is out. Here's Christian Yelich, and this one is a bouncer as well over to second. He is out. 2 gone. Luis Arraez takes this one deep to right field. Will it get over? No, because it is Luis Arraez, and that is 3 gone. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Jared Koenig with the swing and the miss of Michael Harris for another strikeout for him. Bo Bichette on a 2-2 pitch gets it down the line and right past Joey Ortiz. So 1 on, 1 away. Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. And he swings and misses. So he goes down. Koenig getting some big strikeouts here in the bottom of the 8th. Schwarber sits there looking, and this time he's right. It's a walk. 2 on, 2 away. Getting dangerous. Here's Austin Riley swinging and missing on the high heater. And the Brewers' last chance is coming up. Raisel Iglesias is called upon to close this 1-0 contest. A 1.97 ERA last year. He was wonderful. And what a spot to be playing on Churio there. Great play by Riley, the web gem. Here's Willie Contreras bouncing over to short. And Bichette gets him. 2 gone. Rhys Hoskins You are the last hope, and this one's bouncing over to Bichette. Making Bichette make some plays against us, and he did it today. And the Braves will take the opening day win at home, 1-0 over our Brewers. No runs, 4 hits, no errors. For the Braves, 1 hit, 1 run, 6 hits, no errors. Spencer Strider wins, Peralta loses. We'll see you in the next one.